Welcome to Hoth. So this is going to be a quick video talking about these fog lights that I installed here on the Rivian. This first part of the video is going to talk just quickly on how I installed these, very simply, as lazily as possible. And stay tuned because there will be another video following this in a month or so when I finish this project, where these are going to become a little bit more complicated but much more smart. Hopefully I finish working on that project. So stay tuned for that. So again, these are fog lights or SAE driving lights. They're Morimoto 2-bangers. They're extremely bright. They kind of have a lenticular lens on them that gives them a little bit of spread. Otherwise, they're spot, kind of in between. This started a year ago when I was driving on the dirt roads in the winter here in packed snow in the pitch black day after day, driving to and from work. And whenever it was snowing pretty hard, high beams would come on and it's very blinding in a lot of snow. This is why you have fogs. That's why they're amber, because they're much lower. It's less blinding in fog or in snow, maybe heavy rain. They also skid the surface more and show you more of the surface texture, which is all important when you're driving roads like I have around here. There's certainly some inexpensive ones out there on Amazon, but these are just beautiful. I really liked how these looked. They're not too expensive. And so I got them about last February, and instead of installing them quickly, well, the truck had to go in for service a bit, and then I started to look at it and I realized I can't figure out how to get wires from the lights into under the hood or the cabin or anything like that. So that became my my problem, and as soon as I have a kind of a showstopper, I tend to put things off. And here it's a whole year later. I'd say probably almost a full 11.5 months since I bought these, that they're finally installed and functioning. So I'll talk about that really quickly here. So the problem is that in Rivian, you know, everything's sealed up. You got plastic underneath. The frunk is totally separated from the radiator that's behind here. It's purposely sealed, especially for efficiency. And it's really hard. There's like dozens and dozens of screws and clips to get underneath. You really can't come up from above. So that was my problem. As usual, I want to do things as simple and lazy as possible. So I thought I'd share what I've done here. And so, first of all, the mounts. I'm not sure if I got a picture, but I was going to order some somewhat expensive mounts, but I tried first with some very heavy, thick zip ties. So these are the mounts that come with the lights, and there's two big, thick zip ties just zip tying to the grill. Those I actually installed a year ago. Those mounts have been there for a full year and have been rock solid, so I know that I'm good with that. What I did is I bought a wire harness off of Amazon. That wire harness has the relay and everything you need. It's supposed to connect to the battery, and it's also got this wireless remote. So this was kind of part two of laziness that said, oh, gee, I don't even have to run a wire up into the cabin, and it works really well. So I'll leave a link to this in the description. It gives you the harness and everything. So all I had to do was change out the ends to double it for the two lights. When I bought the lights, I bought the plugs and the harnesses as well, but they're standard. Made that harness. So now to talk about how I wired this. Like I said, it really sent me for a delay here thinking of how to do this. I just wanted to come under the hood. So just to look in the front here. Everything's also really well sealed from the top, but this piece is really, first of all, I have a 12-volt adapter plug here because this is an early Rivian. I know many of you don't have this, but you can tie right into the harness that plugs right here and not use this, but it's really nice for me to just be able to plug and unplug this. And it's, again, lazy. I will make this nice and better later on. I'll also have a video on how to tap into the fuse box coming soon. So that just plugs into there. And then, you know, part of the key is this front lip, which again on the early Rivians here are just magnetic. That comes right off. And so the wire comes from here. It goes underneath the seal and straight down behind the headlight and comes out here. This was the trick. The trick for coming through is a horn. Again, some of you are missing 2 horns, like I have. Sorry. But there's a hole for the horn. I'm not sure if the newer ones have holes on both sides or if there's just a patch there. Hopefully you can see something. But the horn is just secured with one torque screw. So with a long bit, I unscrewed the horn. It loosened it up. I could run the cable through the existing horn hole. So I did not have to cut any holes whatsoever. It's totally reversible. It's all plug and play. The hardest part, of course, was taking the front tub out. Actually, it's not that hard. Unpacking everything that I have, all my junk in here. Taking that out so I can get the front tub out, which is 6 bolts going around, really was not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. Super interesting once you get in there. But again, I really didn't modify anything. All I did was run that wire through the horn hole, up through here, plug it in the 12-volt port. I've got my wireless control, and that clicks the relay that's in here. And they work great, and they really look good. I'm actually really impressed how much they light up the road. They work really well. So that's part 1, quick and easy install the fog lights. I don't know if that'll help anybody out if they're looking for a quick way to do any kind of driving lights up front here. But again, please stay tuned. I'm working on a way to control these and any other driving lights. If you know me, you'll guess how I'm going to do that. Thanks.